Do you want to play Wii U games on your Android device? Then this video is for you. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to set up the emulator Cemu. Let's jump right into this. So for this video, we're going to be needing a couple of things. The first thing I'm doing is opening up the Play Store. And once our Play Store is open, we're going to be installing the application ZArchiver. I already have this installed. We're going to be needing this a bit later to extract game files, and it is a good file management tool to have on your Android device regardless. Now from this point, we're going to be downloading and installing Cemu. So sadly, Cemu is not directly on the Play Store. So what you need to do is open up any web browser of your choice, and I'm going to come into this link. Links is always in the description down below. And this is going to be for the Cemu GitHub page. Once we're here, we're going to be scrolling down on the right side and looking for releases. And we're going to be downloading the latest release in the APK format, which at the time of recording is 0.3. We need to come here, click download on this APK file. So once your file is downloaded, you have to go to where your file is. So I currently have mine in my downloads folder here. We're going to be clicking this. It's then going to ask if you want to install the app. Click install. It will then mention the app is installed. Click OK, and then Cemu is going to launch. Now by default, it will show up here completely empty. After this, we are going to need at least some game files for Cemu. So what we're going to be doing is opening up ZArchiver, and we're going to be talking about games. So I currently have some game files here, and I will mention up front, I cannot show you where to download game files. You will need to source and get your own game files. A quick Google search will help you out here. But most likely when you download your games, they will come in a .7-zip or a .rar format, and we will first need to extract these out. That's where ZArchiver comes in. You can see I currently have a couple of games here in a 7-zip format. I'm going to be clicking it. I'm going to be clicking extract ... We're then going to have to select the destination folder. I'm going to be leaving it here, and I'm going to be clicking the button on the bottom right. And our file is going to extract. But your game files can come in a couple of different formats, and depending on the format you get will depend on extra stuff that we will need for our emulator a bit later. So what we're going to try to do is find games either in an RPX or a WUA format. These are unencrypted files that do not require a BIOS file. So for example, I currently have Wind Waker HD here in an RPX format, here you can see, and it is of course combined with other content files. If your games do not come in this format, you will need a keys.txt file. However, if your games come in an unencrypted format, you will not need anything else. So what I'd recommend doing is have multiple folders for each of your games. Alongside these, I have DLC and update files for my games, and I'd recommend separating these into their own folders like this. So I have DLCs, updates, and then all of my game files. Inside my updates folder, I have an individual folder for each of my additional games with all the updates for that specific game. And the same goes for my DLC files. We can look at installing these a bit later as well inside Cemu. However, this is the file structure that you will need for Cemu. We're going to be backing out of here. We're then going to be launching Cemu. We're going to be clicking on the three-dot menu here on the top left. We're going to be selecting settings. We're going to be coming to general settings. And the first thing we're going to be doing here is adding a game path or a game directory where our games are downloaded. So we need to click this. We then need to click plus on the top right to select a new path. You can select multiple file paths if you want, but you'll need to locate to where your games are. So I currently have my games here. I'm going to be clicking use this folder, click allow. This is also fine to keep on an SD card in our external device. It should not be any problem as long as it's fast enough. We're then clicking back here on the top left to come all the way back to our home page. We're going to be refreshing our page. You might have to wait a couple seconds here, but then any game files that you have should show up here. So I currently have both the games I have downloaded here, Wind Waker HD and Zombie U. Now that we have our game set up, we're going to be running through a couple of additional settings inside Cemu before we try to launch a game. What we're going to be doing is clicking again on the three-dot menu here on the top left, coming back to our settings. We're then going to be coming to graphics settings here and looking over a few things. The first thing you can add if you want is an additional custom graphics driver. I found that the system driver works just fine, so you do not necessarily need this. If you would like to get one, you'll have to source it for your specific graphics card in your Android device. However, for today's video, I'm not planning to get anything. Async shader compile. This should only be enabled by default if your graphics card supports Vulkan. Mine does in this case, so I'm going to be leaving that on. I'm also going to be enabling VSync here to double buffering. It can help your games look a bit smoother. Accurate barriers will also be enabled by default. You can also leave that alone. Underneath full screen scaling, if you would like to stretch your games to fill the entire screen, you can set that up. I'm not a fan of this. I like to keep the original aspect ratio, so I'm going to be leaving that alone. Underneath the upscale filter, it's going to be set to bicubic. Here you can experiment with any of these options. Bicubic is a fine option. Bilinear is another good option here. And I would recommend that the downscale filter matches your upscale filter, just so they're in line with each other. We're going to be coming out of the graphics drivers. I also want to ask in today's video if you can hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It would really help me out. Let's jump back to the video. We're then going to be backing out of this. Overlay settings we're going to take a look at a bit later. But now we're going to be looking at input settings so we can connect up an external controller. Now for today's video, I'm going to be connecting an Xbox Series controller to my Android device. I'm going to be turning it on and I'm going to be connecting this over Bluetooth. Of course, you can use pretty much any controller that you want. We're going to be coming to input settings here. We're going to be clicking on controller 1, and we're going to change our emulated controller from disabled to Wii U Pro controller. We're then going to be clicking this blue button here, set up all inputs. We can then select the controller that we want to use. This is my Xbox wireless controller. And depending on the controller you're using, it can actually automatically map all these inputs. So this should work for most of the common controllers, Xbox and PlayStation. And you can see that all of my buttons here are mapped. If the automatic mapping does not work, what you can do is come to any button here, select it, for example, the A button, and then select the controller you would like to map it to on your Xbox controller. So I'm just going to be clicking the A button here. And what you can do is go through all of these options, map each button one by one to set up your controller exactly how you would like it. And just like that, our controller is set up. From here, we're going to be looking at a couple of other things, or specifically the title manager. What we're going to be doing is clicking the three-dot menu here on the top right. We're going to be looking for the title manager option here. And here we're going to see a list of all the files, updates, and DLCs that Cemu currently sees in your application folder. So you'll have individual icons here for specific things. So we can see here that Zombie U and The Legend of Zelda are with the controller icon, which means that they're actual game files. We can see Splatoon, Shovel Knight, and Kung Fu Panda here have the up arrow icon, which means they're update files. And then Kung Fu Panda here at the very top has this small little box icon, which means it's a DLC file. So here we can see a combination of all the files that we have. And this is why we wanted to separate it earlier, so it's able to find everything individually. If you would like to add additional files here, you can click the plus button on the top right, or you can add everything in the folder that we set up earlier. If something is not showing up here, you can feel free to click the refresh button. It will then go over all the folders that you have again and look for new files if there is any available. If you'd like to get information on any of the games or files here, we can click the drop down arrow. It will give you information. It will tell you the version that it currently is, the region, the formats, and a few other pieces of information here that you can use to determine what it is. So here we can see all that information. We're going to be backing out of here. We're then going to be clicking on the three-dot menu here again, and we can look at graphics packs. When you come here for the first time, it will be empty. We need to click the download button here on the top right, so it can download the latest graphics packs. And by default, it should only show graphics packs for games that you have. Now, graphics packs are really cool, and depending on the games you have, can make a big difference. So for example, Wind Waker HD here has a couple of graphics packs that are broken down into different sections: enhancements, graphics, mods, and workarounds. If we come into graphics, we can see that we're going to be able to update the resolution up to 1080p. You can enable and disable these graphics packs here. Depending on the additional graphics packs you're using, it can take a bigger hit on your performance, so this is something to keep in mind. If you're running older hardware, try running everything without a graphics pack first, and then you can slowly add your graphics packs to the games that you want. These are really cool. They can give a lot of additional options for your games, so it is worth going through and seeing what each one has. Some games will have less graphics packs than others, and some will have none, so here you'll have to check each game individually. The last thing I want to show before we actually launch this game is if you long press a game, you can set it to favorite right here. And if you would like to create specific settings for individual games, you can click Edit Game Profile. And here you can edit certain things that will only affect this individual game, not your global settings. So if you know, for example, some of these options should be turned off for this specific game, you can feel free to take a look at this. This will become more important later as Cemu gets more updates in the future and more options become available. From this point, we're going to be backing out of here, and we're finally going to be launching Wind Waker HD. So if this is your first time opening, you might get this information on the top left to mention that it's compiling all of the shaders. This can take a couple of seconds, and you can expect a small performance hit while this happens in the background. From this point, I'm going to be grabbing my controller, and you'll see that everything here should work right away. And you'll see just like that, we're up and running with Wii U Games on our Android device. Now, to access your on-screen controls or anything else, we're going to be swiping back here from the left. And here on the left, we'll have a couple of other options. We can show the input overlay if we want to see it. And here we can see all of the on-screen controls for our Wii U. We have our pads here on the left and the right, our arrows and everything else. If we swipe back here again, what we can also do here is click the edit input options right here. And here you'll be able to drag and move around the inputs to wherever you want. Here in the middle, we will have two options here. One is for scaling and one is for moving. When we have the move option here, we can move our buttons around. And we also have the scale option here to set our buttons. If you would like to scale a button, you need to press and hold it. And you need to wait till this red button comes up here. And then you need to drag and move it around. But overall, you can come in here and edit anything you want. Now, sadly, there's no way to add or edit any additional hotkeys here. So any additional options you would like to set up, it's not currently possible. Once you're happy with your options, you simply click done here in the middle, and then your overlay will be saved. We're again going to be swiping from the right here. There's also a couple of other options you can do. You can enable the motion controls. So you can use your Android device with the motion controls built in as if it was a real Wii U. You have the option here to show the Wii U Pad, that when you enable it, it will give us this split screen view with the Wii U Pad here on the left and the control on the right. Sadly, the Wii U Pad does not work with the touchscreen here, so it's just for additional information if you need that screen available. For the most part, I actually leave this off, but it is nice that this option is available here. And if you would like to switch between the screens, you can replace TV with Pad, so you can flip it into full screen so you always have that available to you as well. And just like that, we have set up and we're playing Wii U games on your Android device in 2026. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like. Subscribe if you're new, check out the other videos on the channel. Until next time guys, as always, keep it saucy. Peace.